Honestly,
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Bro, you're 19? Your life?
I
You got
am,
so much
yes.
potential in your life if you're not watching porn at 19? Good for you.
Thank you.
I mean, you probably have potential outside of that, but that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, you're right. Do you have any more questions for me? I don't really know what to say.
I could ask you a bunch of questions, but how long has it been since you watched porn?
2 years.
2 years. Good for you, man. What brought you to that conclusion that you didn't want to watch porn anymore?
I felt like it was not a very good habit to get into, and I didn't really want to get into that habit because, to be honest, I have before, and I stopped, and I was like, no, I don't think that this is healthy. I got a girlfriend, and I just haven't wanted to since, honestly.
No, good for you. If you're not in a relationship, would you watch porn?
If I don't think I would now,
Okay,
like anymore, I would not. But as younger me, yes, I would have.
got it. All right. Well, cool, man. There's really not a whole lot to talk about then. Thanks for sharing.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. See you, man.
See ya.
19 years old. You see that, people? There's hope. First guess right out of the gate. Hey there,
Hello?
what's going on?
Sorry?
I said, hey there, what's going on?
Nothing much. I just saw your live come up on my feed. Um, I like when I first got into a relationship with my boyfriend, he thought that porn wasn't cheating. Um, but when I explained to him that like when you're jerking off to other people, doesn't matter if they're there with you or not, like in person, it is still cheating. He did agree, but I did catch him still
Are you
watching
18 or
it.
over?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay.
Um,
So you caught him still watching it?
Yeah, and then like he said he would stop, but like, and I haven't caught him ever since, but I feel like he still is, but I don't know how to like check for that, cause yeah, like maybe he's just better at hiding it.
So you're still with him?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Have you asked him if he watches porn?
yeah, and he said he doesn't.
He said he
I
doesn't.
told him like if he ever does feel the need to like jerk off and stuff, like, and I'm not there, like you can ask me for pictures and stuff, but he doesn't do that, so I feel like he's still watching it.
Do you guys live together?
Not yet. We're moving in together March 1st.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Do you trust him?
I don't know.
You don't know if you trust him, but you're going to move in
Like
together
he's really good
March
with
1st.
everything else. Like he takes really good care of me and like he's there like emotionally. Like I always feel safe with him there, but it's just more of like the porn aspect that like kind of throws me off. Everything else is like perfect.
Everything else is perfect, but you
Except for the
don't
porn.
know except for the porn, and you have a suspicion that he may still be masturbating while watching other women have sex. But everything else
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
Sorry. That seems like a pretty big deal.
Wait, someone said screen time. Like what do you mean screen time? Like he has an Android. So
Yeah. So why do you suspect that he may still be watching porn?
cuz like I don't know like if it's an addiction like how you can give it up that quickly.
Yeah. How old is he?
Same age, 25.
Is he there with you? Could we get him on?
He's not with me right now. He's at his own place. We don't live
Okay.
together yet, right?
Yeah. Well, so statistically speaking, he probably first started watching porn around the age of 13, probably between like 11 and 15 years old. And the odds of somebody just quitting it cold turkey without any like guided help is pretty much zero.
Exactly. So I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, trust is a big deal in a relationship. And the farther you get into these steps, like moving in, like getting engaged, like getting married, having a kid, it gets harder to undo each of those steps.
Hmm.
And you don't feel like you're really getting the truth from him, is that right?
Yeah, I feel like he's like scared to admit it that like he's still watching it. I don't know, like I would want him to get help, and I'm not gonna like just like because I know it's a problem, and like if he wants to get better, like that's a good sign. But like I don't know, I don't know. It's really confusing.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to get better if he doesn't get help, and if he doesn't even acknowledge it's a problem. That would be the first step, is saying, "Yeah, I've got a problem. I want to change this."
So I should leave him. So you guys are saying everyone in the comments is like saying run away, run away.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't know what's best for you. What do you think is best for you?
So that's why I'm like I don't know, like that's what I'm saying. Like everything else is perfect except for this aspect. So I don't know. Like for me, it's I don't know, not that like it's not a deal breaker because I feel like he if he is lying and he eventually tells the truth and he gets help, then it'll be better. But like I don't know, maybe I'm just like paranoid and thinking he's lying, but he's actually not. I just need to know what the signs are, like to know if someone's still watching it.
Well, when you ask him if he watches it, how does he respond?
He says no, like you can check my phone and stuff. Like I have his password and everything for everything. But
Here's
like
a way
if
you
you're
can ask. Here's
if
a
you're
way you can
looking at
ask.
private browser, you can't track it.
Here's a way you can ask a question like that: is have you ever, since you told me that you don't watch porn, have you ever looked at porn or anything similar to porn, like thirst traps or other scandalous type content of women or men on the internet or any other medium? Have you ever done that and lusted over them? That question will be much more difficult to answer honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try that. I give you a follow, so like I'll join back in a few days and like give you an update. But yeah, thank you for your time.
All right, thanks for sharing. Like the hat, thank you, Danielle. So Danielle said that. Gratitude will change your life. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, if you don't like my content, follow me anyways. And if you do like my content, why don't you go follow me on Instagram and YouTube, because we're not so sure about this whole TikTok thing past Sunday. The links are in my bio to my Instagram and my YouTube. All right, who's next? My IG, same thing, PXRN Coach. It's linked on the link tree in my bio. Hey there, what's going on? User 917-407-63273. Is porn cheating? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Couldn't find that disconnect button fast enough. You need help. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm calling from Norway.
Oh, I'm in Norway too.
Serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Not too much? Yes. Interesting.
My ancestors are from Norway, though. I'm Norwegian.
Okay.
That is true. That is true.
Your great grandfather or something.
Probably. I'm also very tall, like the Norwegian folk. I'm 6'7".
Oh,
A lot of tall
you're
people
a
over there, huh?
Viking.
I'm
Yes. A Viking.
a Viking. Maybe my great
Yes.
ancestors were Vikings from Norway. All right, is porn cheating?
Yes, I think so because I have like a story I want to share if you want to listen.
Okay, sure.
I was in a relationship. I have been alone for like 7 years, but before that, I was in a relationship with a guy, and we were engaged. And we were about to get married and had settled a date and everything. And I noticed because we were together like 3.5 years before our date to get married. But a lot of friends of him came to me and said, "No, you should think about this. He is not the right guy." And I said, "Why?" And I said, "No, because he like guys." and I and and I looked at his phone and I said, and I saw that he was looking at like gay porn and everything. And we were together like 2 years after this, and he said, "No, I like women, I like you." But he still continued to look at like gay porn. And eventually, like 2 weeks before we were going to get move together and everything, he said like, "No, I don't want anymore because, okay, I admit I am gay." But he was looking at like gay porn all the way and cheating emotionally and like genderly also. I think it was really bad.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I told him that I love you, but this is nothing I want to continue with. And he was really happy because he wanted me to go away. So, but he didn't have the courage to tell me.
So he
And it's
actually
like
didn't want it to go on, but he wasn't willing to say that. You had to say it.
no, because he wanted to continue to pretend to his parents that he was like heterosexual.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he didn't want to admit it to me. From the first time I caught him like watching gay porn, it took like 2 years before he admitted he was like homosexual. So
Yeah.
he wasted a lot of years from my life as well.
Yeah.
And that's
Sorry to hear
why
that.
I have been alone for like 7 years after this. I haven't never touched a guy after this.
Did you guys have kids together or anything?
No, I don't have any kids.
Were you guys intimate with one another while you were together?
Yes, but he always pretended like everything was okay. But I noticed that no, this is not okay. So we went to doctor, hospital, everything, and because we wanted to have kids, and he always told me, "No, I don't function it in the bed, so we have to go to the doctor." And the doctor said that at the hospital that everything is okay with me and with him. And he asked us, "What is your real problem?" The doctor asked. And I said, "Yes, I know what the problem is, but he doesn't want to admit it." And he was really angry, and we went from there. So
Did he admit it in the doctor's office or after that?
no, after that, like 1.5 year after that, he admitted.
Wow, that's still a long time.
Yeah, three and a
Wow.
half years he wasted from my life because he pretended he liked me, but at the end he said, I want you to know this thing. I never really liked you because I just pretended."
That's gotta
So
hurt.
yes,
Yeah. Wow.
it's really really bad.
So what's next for you then?
I don't know. I think I will be single for the rest of my life. But I want other people to know that if they are in a relationship with a woman or a man, that they think that this person is cheating or hiding something from me, it's probably true because your feeling, your gut feeling, is always right.
Yeah, women's intuition is something that I've learned not to mess with.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. I'm sorry you're going through that, or you went through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Good
Yeah.
night.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Bye bye.
Bye.
Norway is the fifth tallest country in the world. Average height for men or total? It's 5'11". 4.75 inches. Hey there, what's going on?
So I think when it comes to cheating, cheating is circumstantial. Cheating is situational. You know, for each relationship, you have your own set of rules and boundaries. So I think that's like big when it comes into. I think that, you know, if you communicate, hey, I don't want you to watch this, then at that point it is cheating. You know, but there are some people that, you know, that's okay for them, and that's not cheating in their definition. There's some people that go out and let their partner sleep with other people, and to them that's not cheating because it's all about boundaries and it's about communication.
I agree.
In my personal relationship, absolutely don't do that, you know. I feel as though if you're seeking validation outside of our relationship, that's an issue for me.
Yeah, so have you ever been in a relationship with someone who watches porn?
I have actually my current relationship. So my situation's a little bit different. I'm 21. Yeah, I've had the same boyfriend since I was 14. We've been together all the way through. We now have a child together. So for us, you know, we were young, and he definitely went through a phase where he was watching it. But I feel like that's where it comes into, you know, communication and your respect for your partner. You come and I told him, you know, that really makes me uncomfortable. That really affects
Hold
me.
on, hold on a second. I'm sorry. This might sound like a weird question. Can I maybe
absolutely.
irritate you?
Uh-huh.
You talk very fast. It's like
I
I'm
do.
listening to a book on
That's
tape
where I'm
at
from. I'm
2
sorry.
times speed. Yeah, I'm just having a hard time following.
I'll talk slower.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Missouri.
They talk fast over there?
We do. I get told
Really?
that a lot.
Is that really a thing?
It
Do
really
people
is.
in Missouri talk fast? The fastest talking states. Oh, actually, hold on. The fastest talking states in America. Missouri's right in the middle of the pack, 24.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from people who live in, or hear people tell other people who live in Missouri a lot and tell me that we do speak very quickly.
Well, I'm in Arizona, which is number 30 on the list, so I'm a little behind. We're a little slower talkers here. Anyways, okay, sorry. Continue.
So what I was saying is that so we've been together for going on 8 years, so maybe a little longer than that. We started dating when I was 14. I'm now 21. We have a child together, so I feel like our situation is a little bit different. You know, if you get into a relationship and that person's already watching that, you know, I just feel like it's very situational. Like for me in my relationship, that was an issue at one point, but I feel like that's where respect and communication comes in. You know, if you tell that person, hey, I don't want you to do that. That hurts me and I don't like that. And they continue to do it. That's where it's cheating. You know, if they do it without knowing that it's disrespecting you and you're against it, then I don't feel as though it's cheating.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. If there's an agreement in the relationship that it's okay for us to lust after other people and masturbate while watching strangers have sex on the internet, then fine, it wouldn't be cheating, technically. But then the question is, why are you doing that if people are choosing to do that? So, yeah. All right, well, thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing. It was very nice talking to you. Was that more your speed? All right. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
No, not at
No,
all.
it's not. Okay, why is that?
No. Well, I mean, it's all basic nature. I mean, if you're a guy or a female, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're gonna do it, just do it. I mean, I really don't see what the issue is.
Okay, so what's basic nature about it?
Well, I mean, if you got the drive to do it, just do it, man. I mean, who's gonna stop you? I mean, really.
Okay. So, masturbating while watching strangers have sex, you think is basic nature for people? Oh, he's gone. Okay. El Toro Loco. ¿Cómo está?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
100%.
100%. Okay, why is that? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Loco. Yeah,
Yeah, can you hear me?
you went away for a second, but now I can. Now I can't.
Yeah. So,
Now I can.
yeah, I mean, 100% it's cheating. Um, I don't know where everybody stands, but for me, if I'm a man of faith, and when I look into the Word in Matthew chapter 5, it talks about that if you even lust after a woman, you're already committing adultery in your heart. What happens is in today's society, sex is just like something that's it's not special. It's nothing more to it in today's society. But really, when it comes to sex, there's a spiritual connection that you're making with that other person. And so every time you're having sex or watching porn or anything like that, a little piece of your spirit is getting ripped apart. A little piece of your soul is getting ripped apart. So when you're lusting after another person and that's not your spouse or not your partner, really you're putting more importance on that person. You're seeking that person becoming more attractive to you. And how is that making your partner feel, right? I live my life according to the Word, right? And if the Bible, like Jesus said it, right? He said it that it says that if you commit the act, then that's cheating. And in other words, right? But Jesus said, I know Old Testament said that, but Jesus said that if you even think about another woman, if you ever even bring her into your mind with lustful thoughts, then you're already committing adultery. So you're cheating on the person that you're with.
Wise man once said those words. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I'm putting a piece of myself, I'm giving a little piece of myself to somebody else that's not the person that I'm with, even if it's just watching something, because in the chemical makeups and everything that it does to you scientifically and biologically in your brain, um, that's enough said. It has even taken the Bible away from it, right? If we see the dopamine hits that happen in your brain, and then how much more you seek it, you want it more and more and more. Not only is it you're cheating on the person that you're with, you're cheating yourself. You're cheating your chemical breakup, your biological makeup from what God intended you to be. You're no longer your 100% the person that you're supposed to be. The things that are supposed to be joyful for you no longer are, because you're not getting those dopamine hits, those quick dopamine hits that you get from porn. So like it goes beyond even just cheating on the person you're with. You're cheating yourself realistically.
Yep. Yeah, man. Totally. I agree. It's very well put. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. Did you ever struggle with porn?
Big time, yeah. I was abused as a child, as a kid by a family member, and I lost my virginity when I was like 12 years old, and so I heavy into it, right? And even getting even into marriage, I struggled with it, and I saw the toll that it was taking on my wife, right? And it wasn't until I was able to confront it and really yeah, I am struggling with this. Be real with myself, be real with my wife, and um, really seeing the damage that it was really causing more of my wife than even the pain that it would be really causing me and what I'm doing to myself. Just seeing the pain that it was causing my wife, and this is not even thinking about the Bible, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
the pain that she suffered. Yeah, she was it's just as if I was to do that act with somebody else. I'm not taking her into consideration. I'm not taking her feelings into consideration. And I made a vow, right, to commit myself to her and just to her. And if I didn't want to do that, then I shouldn't have gotten married. If I wanted to keep watching porn and giving myself to whoever, then why even be with somebody?
Yeah. How old were you when you came to that realization?
Yeah. I would probably say 32 years old. Um, and to be honest, man, that was I thought I had a handle on it because I didn't. I guess I kind of more suppressed it than really confronted the issue. I gave
Yeah.
my life to the Lord when I was 25, and I was heavy into drugs and all that. That was my life. To not get too deep into it. And so I did everything I needed. I did stop watching porn. I stopped everything. And I was fully committed. Um, and then I don't know. I just I, I I guess it was like if you're not watchful, you're gonna slip up. The enemy is like a roaring lion, right? Looking to kill, deceit, and to destroy. And I let my guard up, and it wasn't just like, oh, one day I just started watching porn. Like it's even just the not just porn, like lustful pictures, like women, like thirst traps. I would like,
Yeah.
like looking too much on that. So that it creeped in, and it was even from like people that I knew, like friends that I followed from like back in the day. Maybe they're not so Christian, but they're like posting all these pictures, and slowly, little by little, it started creeping in, and I let it grow and grow until I slipped back into it, right? And I thought I had a handle on it and stop, but no, but it wasn't able until I was able to like really confess it, right? There's power when you're able to confess something and speak it out. Say like, yeah, I am struggling with this. Say, I am weak, man, but I have victory in Christ, right? I have victory. Like if I put my trust in God, and I allow and I follow the steps, and I do what the Bible's telling me to do, and I'm committed to my wife, and I'm open and have open communication, and tell her if I am struggling or if I feel I am going to slip up, and having people to hold me accountable, like my pastor or my church leaders, and like having that accountability is really what really got me through it, right? Trying to do it on your own, it's not gonna work. You're just suppressing the issue and not really getting over it, not healing, because there might be some trauma there too from your past that you don't even know that is causing you to be addicted to the porn. So getting to the root issue is the most important part, and you're never gonna do that by yourself. So getting plugged in, even if it's not like, so I'm a youth pastor now, right? And so like, so I'm a huge advocate for the church, but like, even if you don't want to step into a church, find a group, find a support system, right? To get you out of that, because like I said, it's not only cheating on the person that you're with, you're really cheating yourself. You're not your full self. You're not the best version of yourself that you can be. Your cognitive thinking is off. There's so many things that are off that people don't even realize, right? And it's just every single time you watch it, it just takes more and more and more.
Totally. I don't even have anything to add, man. I could just keep listening to you talking. You're saying all the things.
Yeah, man, and like I said, I deal with a lot of young people, and I'm real, man. I know what
Yeah.
it is. Like
How old are the people in your youth group?
yeah, but we have from 15 all the way to 20, and then we have like a young adults group as well that I lead.
How much of a focus do you make this topic in how you lead your people?
Yeah, so one thing that I love about my pastor and my church, man, we touch those taboo topics that churches don't talk about, and sex education is a huge thing because we leave it up to the school system, and really, what are they learning, or or they learn it from society, from their friends, or social media, and it's okay to watch porn, and like we're leaving it up to everybody else, and we're falling short. The church is falling short because we're just depending on everybody else. So these type of topics is we talk about them, like purity, right? Waiting for that person, like we do the true love weights and everything in our youth group. Really putting a huge emphasis on that, on not just like abstaining from sex, but everything else. Like ask, I tell my youth all the time, ask any question. I'm not gonna judge you. No, like where I come from, the things that I've done, I could never judge anybody for anything that they do, right? And so I have that, and and they feel that comfort with me. Like they know they can come and ask me whatever if they're struggling, whatever. Hey Nate, like they'll tell me like, hey, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with porn. Like, well, I need help, or I'm struggling. Like, I have a girlfriend or I have a boyfriend, and we're struggling to like abstain. Like, what can we do?
Have you read this book?
I have not.
You take a screenshot of that.
Oh, I will.
It'll be very helpful for you. It's how sexual brokenness reveals our way to healing. It comes from a Christian faith-based perspective, and in my opinion, it's the best book on this topic.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, I took a screenshot. Thank you for that, man.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
It's kind of crazy because I've been thinking of a book to read. I'm starting. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, the 75 Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm starting it, and I'm trying to look for some books to read because you're reading.
Buy
is
that
part of
book
it.
right now. I promise you. and follow me and come back to me and tell me how much you loved it, because it's such a good
for
book.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Although,
Great conversation.
yeah. Thanks for sharing, man. I love it.
Yeah, man.
good for
This is
you.
what I do. I can talk all day, so like,
I can tell. Yeah.
unless you kick me off, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna bring another guest on, but thanks for
Yeah,
sharing,
for
man.
sure, for sure.
And great job. Yeah.
Good night.
See ya.
God bless.
Anita Borshin.
Hi.
Very creative name there.
What's up?
Hello, Mr. Borshin.
How you doing?
Good. All right. Is porn cheating?
I just don't understand why people need it, to be honest. I've never needed it really. I've like watched it like, a few times here and there. But to be honest, like I've never used it like to like get off or anything like that. I could literally just sit back and use my mind and do that, and it works just fine. Cause like I can create whatever I want in my head.
All right. Sorry, this might sound like a weird question. Are you a man or a woman?
I'm technically non-binary, but I go by he, they pronouns.
So are you a man or a woman?
I'm non-binary, but I go by he, they pronouns. I'm technically male, if that's what you're asking.
Got it. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay, so you're a man. All right. So how often do you masturbate?
Sometimes 2 to 3 times a day.
2 to 3 times a day. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay. How long have you been masturbating 2 to 3 times a day for?
For years. I would say since I was like probably 16.
Okay. Why do you do that?
Because I don't know. I just get that feeling, like that need to, that one in my mind, and I do it.
And you don't watch porn?
Nope.
Have you ever watched porn?
I have like watched it in the past, but never to actually like get off.
Okay. What, I'm curious. What need do you think you're filling by masturbating that often?
I don't know. Like I just feel the need to do it, and it feels good. So like that's just really all I need. But like I can like sometimes like go like once and then like wait like about 20 minutes or so and then go for like another round.
What's the most
Just
times you've
depends.
masturbated in a day?
The most, I'm not even gonna lie, it got to the point where my my balls hurt a little bit. It was about 6 in one day.
Okay. Okay. What's the longest you've gone without masturbating?
Maybe like 3 days. Like I'll go through like phases. Like some days, like some weeks, like I'll just like feel like the need to really, really like do it like a lot. And then there's just times where I'm just like, I'm done for this for now, and I won't need it for like a few days. But usually no longer than like 3 to 4 days.
Got it. Do you think that's a problem for you? The how often you masturbate?
Not really. Cause like I said, like sometimes like I'll do like in the morning and then like maybe like a couple of times at night. But like I said, I can have my rounds go from like 20 minutes after one round. But that's just, it depends on how I feel that day, really. It changes. Some days I
Yeah.
don't feel need to, some days I don't feel the need to do it at all, you know, or
Are
just
you
once.
are you in a relationship, or have you been in romantic relationships?
No, but I have not done relationships, but I have like hooked up before, done
Okay.
hookups. I haven't done a hookup though in probably um since 2020.
Okay. All right.
Like, I just don't need corn or whatever, because I don't know if you can say the word technically on here. Um, to do it, like it just like for some reason in my mind it just works. I can just think of like an image in my head and like create what I want and to see and like get off of that, you know?
Yeah. Do you have any history of trauma?
Somewhat, yeah. But not like childhood or anything. Like nothing bad happened to me like when I was a kid or a teenager. If anything happened, it was like when I was like 20. But that was like after like I started to, like if you want to know like when I was 16, I started like every teenager, you know. Um,
What does that mean?
like I just like well, if you want a real confession here, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real right now, but there's this thing I used to do where I used to lay on my stomach when I was around like 3 or 4 years old. And I don't know how I discovered this, but I know it wasn't because like any trauma or anything like that. And I just would like rub myself and it felt good. And I didn't know at the time what I was doing. I just knew it felt good. And I was able to, I think that's how I was able to start like really using my mind. But that was something I didn't really do that often. Because I was just, you know, I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's yeah, an honest love. It's right. There's some normalcy, of course, to exploring your body at a young age. What was your family life like growing up?
I grew up in a religious household, conservative. Went to church every Sunday. Was raised Catholic. Um, went to religious education classes every Monday. Went to public school. But it was like pretty strict. Like nobody really talked about sex or anything like that in that house. That was something I kind of had to figure out on my own growing up.
And you said you're non-binary.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
And what does that mean?
That I just don't identify with the male or female gender. I just feel like I'm like a human on the inside. Yes, like I have my physical body, but like I just feel like I'm me and that's separate from what I am in the physical. I don't define myself by my physical parts. I mean, besides the fact that I like use my physical parts, but I'm not talking about that. That's just separate.
Okay. When did you adopt that identity?
Um, I started feeling that way when I was like towards like 17, 18. I started to realize like, yeah, like I'm a guy, but like I just feel like me. Like even though there's like this label on me, I just like I don't know, I just feel like I'm just myself. I don't feel like I need to feel the pressure to be anything. And I did like being like femme presenting too. Like I liked like I do like makeup and stuff and I do like kind of like things like that and more feminine things. So I just like I didn't fit into the typical male gender that we're told that is supposed to be a certain way. The gender
Who
role.
told you that?
Who told me what? Like the gender roles? But
Yeah,
like
how
you
to
know,
be.
like when you're growing up as like a guy, like you're supposed to like certain things. You're supposed to like do be a certain way or act a certain way. You're be masculine or kind of like that. And I just didn't feel like that was me.
Got it. So when you are in a relationship, is it with a man or a woman typically?
Men, only men.
Only men.
Yep.
Men as
Everybody-
defined by what? Genitalia or how somebody says they identify?
Genitalia um and gender. I like I like guys.
Got it. Okay. All right. When you did watch porn, what kind of porn did you watch?
Well, like I grew up like on the internet in the 2000s, and a lot of us back then we kind of found things that we probably weren't supposed to be looking at. I had looked at like regular straight porn, and like that's honestly what I had watched early on. Like I just had seen, but it's not something I really like went out as a kid to do. Like I just like it was something that just happened like once in a great like, while like when you were just like surfing the web, or when you were with friends, hanging out with friends, and your friends and you were just being stupid online, But it wasn't anything serious.
Got it. I was going to ask another question. Forgot. I also have to pee.
But
Are you? Yes. Are you still a Christian?
no. I would consider myself spiritual, but I don't like. I believe in like a source of like a start to existence, or maybe something that could be the start, like a god or something, or like maybe we're all like connected to something. But I don't believe in like Christianity or Catholicism, like that kind of stuff. No,
Got it.
like, I believe in the chakras and
In the
that kind
what?
of stuff. Chakras.
Chakras?
Yeah, like the body chakras,
What is that?
like the pineal gland. That's like one of like that considered like the third eye chakra that opens like conscious, like you're consciously aware. There's like the root chakra, which is above that, and then like the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the root, and the rest of the chakras that go through like the energy points of the body, or your etheric body. New Age practices.
Why do I Google this and I just see pictures of people in funny underwear?
What are you talking about? Well, you should get like a human picture with like 7 different little colored circles that usually have like a listing of each chakra.
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
Just look up the chakra system.
Ah, there we go.
There you go. You're probably looking at something else.
It's like this medieval weird stuff. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, not that. The other one, the last one.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, but like for me, I don't know. I've never felt.
Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you. What's with your username? Anita Bortion.
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna take responsibility for this. It was kind of like a drag name that I saw online, and I thought it was like creative and funny. But then I started to realize it could be kind of offensive, and now I'm kind of stuck with it for 7 days, so I can't change it. Because women are unfortunately passing away because they don't have access to ABs. And that's unfortunate, and I probably shouldn't be making light of it, even though it was supposed to be, in my eyes, a statement. But
Can I ask you one more question?
what's up?
What is a woman?
What is a woman? I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I'm non-binary.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, but I just don't need porn to like get off. Like I can just use my head. Like the mind is so powerful. You can create anything you want in the image in your head to get off of, and like you don't really need something else to emulate that, unless you have problems processing images in your head, which I know is a condition. So I can see maybe the exception there. But for me, I don't need it.
All right. Thanks for sharing.
Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you for having me
too.
up here.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, BRB. I gotta go potty. All right. Did you request, Caitlin? I would have you host for sure. You didn't request. Oh, sorry. I didn't think of it till just now, but I'd be happy to. Hey there, how's it going?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
Good. I've talked to you before, haven't I?
Yes, sir, you have. Yes, you
A
have.
few times.
Yes. I've been
Yeah.
on it at least twice, yeah. I just
Okay.
was scrolling, I seen you. I was like, well, before TikTok get off, I figure I say, how you doing? Good luck on your mission.
Thanks, man. I'm doing well. Yeah, TikTok, if it goes away on Sunday, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. I'll still be here. It'll be a little different. But yeah, life goes on. What's new in your world?
And
Is as I recall, you were kind of coming around to the idea maybe that porn was cheating?
well, no, I still never believed it was cheating. However, I did get more into religion and I did quit watching it back in July, so I still haven't since July. So,
Good for you.
so
Was that from when we talked?
no, I was doing it before we had talked. I think I was about a month and a half in before I came across your your page here on TikTok.
Cool.
But yeah, we're going strong on that. Not watching, so it is possible to stop.
It is possible. That's for sure. Good for you, man.
And I do see some benefits from not doing it. I guess maybe easily a little bit more easy and pleasure when with the spouse. You know what I mean? You get a little numb, I guess, maybe. And then without it, you're not so numb. Trying to phrase it good here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
if that
totally.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you
Totally.
get a little calloused, a little numb, and then when you're not on that, your sensitivity, I guess I would say, goes up.
You think a little more clearly?
Yeah, and a little bit easy, more you get enjoyment, fulfillment a little quicker and easier.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. So
Yeah.
definitely some upsides. You don't have to sit there and you don't think about it as much. I would say I think most people who watch it tends to have it on the back of their mind most of the time when they're going to get a chance to indulge. Freeze your mind up for other things, I guess.
Yeah.
So definitely some upsides.
Yeah, totally.
A little bit of reboot, a little bit of redirect.
Yeah. Yeah, well, good for you, man. Thanks for coming back and saying hi.
Yep. Figured I didn't want to take up too much time, but I figured I'd come and say hello just in case things go
Yeah.
south.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Here's to hoping.
All right.
All right.
All right, man.
Let-
You have
see
a
you,
good
man.
one.
You too. All right. Real quick, Bonnie Blue. I didn't know that was her name, but I heard of this. I actually didn't really read into this story. So somebody said, what are my thoughts on the Bonnie Blue thing? So Bonnie Blue is the woman who allegedly broke a world record, which I don't know how that we know what the world record was, for sleeping with 1,057 men in a 12-hour period. 12 hours, 1,057 men. Let's do the math. 12 hours times 60 minutes is 720 minutes, which means that's more than one per minute. So, first of all, just looking at the data, I don't know that this can be true. Okay, you got to think about, like, what does this room look like? You got a line of 1,000 dudes, and then they have to watch all this happen. I mean, what are they, just naked with each other in there? And they have to be ready, if you know what I mean. And then it's just in and out. I mean, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true. The one from a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago that was, what was it, 100 men in 24 hours? That's more believable, right? Because 24 hours times 60 minutes is that many minutes divided by 100. That's 14 minutes per person. Lily Phillips, was it? That was the other one. That's believable. Like, to me, that's within the realm of possibility. But one person every, what'd you say, 24 seconds? I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. But regardless, I mean, I don't even want to give it more attention than it has already gotten. That's just next level. Apparently 20 to 30 were in the room at the same time. One man was there, but who knows? I mean, think about it. Statistically, the amount of STDs that were there, I mean, unless they tested everybody, which still, then you're trusting that these tests work. And for somebody showing up to something like this, like, dude, so many questions. All right. Let LOLs on. What does that mean? Let me out, please. I'm going to go to bed, but I want to talk to you. Okay. We'll let her on. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, I do think it is cheating. I just got done having a mental breakdown because,
Are you 18 or over?
yeah, I'm 20.
Okay.
But I was having a mental breakdown because it truly is cheating and it ruins your partner's mind a lot. So I do think it is cheating.
Why'd you have a mental breakdown?
Because I thought my boyfriend was watching it and he had lied about it in the past to my eyes when there was evidence right in front of me. So just hard to like believe some things. So I just was having a mental breakdown because I didn't know what to believe. But it really does ruin your partner's mind because then they feel bad about themselves and it's a whole mess. I really think it should just be banned at this point.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Did you find that he was watching it?
He has in the past, but I don't have any evidence now.
And you're still with him?
Yeah.
What makes you think that he's not going to do it again in the future?
I don't know because so he's a Christian and I'm learning about Christianity as well. So I'm just hoping that will help our relationship a lot.
Okay.
Just based on the Bible, lustful intentions, lust kills love and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Who else in his life knows that he's dealing with porn?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you think anybody knows?
Probably not.
And tell him to read James 5:16.
James 5:16. Okay. I will.
And Matthew 5:27 and 28.
I've just been trusting that he hasn't. Like, I feel like I've gotten controlling just by, like, checking his underwear or timing his showers or, no phone in the bathroom, and it's just kind of draining. Like that I have
Yeah,
to
that is draining. It's exhausting. You ever find any poop streaks in those underwear?
No. No.
Sorry, I had to.
No, I haven't. But yeah, so I mean, I do cry about it a lot because it's just draining that I even have to go that extent. But it really will drive somebody insane because I don't know how to explain it, but it does a lot to the mind. So I would say it's cheating. A lot of people are like, it's not cheating, and it's based on your boundaries and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
I just feel
Wow.
crazy because I always like kind of make a fuss about it, whether if I have evidence or not. But if I have any suspicion, I'll start an argument about it because it upsets me every time.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry you're going through that. It's hard and it's exhausting, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to put up with that.
Yeah, we're going on to 3 years, and I'm just hoping things get better. Like, I don't have any proof that he's been watching it today. I just had kind of like a little suspicion. But I'm kind of just trusting that he's not.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Of course. Thanks for letting me on.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey there. What's going on?
Hello there, sir. It's all good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, one of the most proven facts in science is that males, especially in mammals, but in pretty much all animals, have higher testosterone and therefore have much higher sex drive. And that is true for humans as well. Males have much higher sex drive. So it's not realistic for a man to sleep with the same woman for 60 years and never even think of anything else. So at least when you watch porn, at least you don't sleep with someone else, which a lot of men do sleep with other people. So if you want to be faithful, it's a really good solution to just watch porn.
Got it. Okay. So in your point of view, if you want to be faithful to your partner, your spouse maybe, a good solution is to go masturbate while watching strangers have sex.
100%. Yep.
Got it. Okay. How old are you?
41.
41. Are you married?
No, I'm in a relationship.
Okay. How long have you been together?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. Does your partner know that you do that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We do it together sometimes.
You do it together sometime. Okay. Is she there? Can we get her on?
No, she's not here at the moment.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how often do you watch porn?
Once every, like it's not steady, but let's say once every 3 days or something like that.
Okay. So 2-3 times a week, roughly?
Yeah. Could be less, could be more, but yeah, around there.
Okay. Got it. Do you think it would be peculiar if a grown man like yourself was in a room with other people, like strangers having sex, just masturbating while watching them have sex?
For sure, yeah.
Why is that?
Because when you are in the same room, there's an element of somebody actually doing something, physical danger and stuff like that, and creepiness. You're not just watching, you're in the same room. That has physical consequences.
Why is that different than porn?
Because in porn, it's one directional. You are just watching them and you don't interact with each other.
How is that different than if you're just if you remove the pane of glass, that the screen is? How is that different?
Because when you are in the same room and you're watching somebody have, intercourse, they're thinking this guy may actually come over here and touch me, and that is not a factor when you're watching porn.
Okay, so because there's not a possibility of touching, You're saying it's materially different.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
think that there is a moral and material difference between touching someone and like physically having intercourse with them and not doing that.
Got it. Okay. So what's the commitment that you have with your partner with regard to sex?
We're monogamous.
You're monogamous. Okay. How monogamous?
Well, 100%, I hope.
100% monogamous. Okay. Monogamous meaning just the two of you. There's no other people involved when it comes to sex or sexual gratification.
Correct.
Okay. How does that reconcile with the fact that 2 to 3 more or less times a week you masturbate while watching strangers have sex?
Because watching a movie of people pew-peeing each other is not the same as being in a combat zone. It's just a movie.
Wait, what?
Porn is not real. Like you're just watching it. Same way that
Porn
a
is
movie
not
is not
real.
real.
Well, movies are not real. Like when you watch a war movie, people don't actually get killed. When you watch porn, somebody actually got.
Yeah, in a movie when someone says "I hate you," they say the word "I hate you," but they don't really hate each other, so it's not real. And likewise in porn, they may be having intercourse, but they don't really love each other, and it's not a marriage or anything like that. It's just
Got it. So if you were to go talk to the people in the porn and say, "Did you really have sex?" What do you think they would say?
oh, they would say yes. And by the way, porn could also be cartoon. By the way,
Got it. Okay. Having a hard time tracking your logic, man.
is it still cheating when it's cartoon?
What do you think?
I think that by your logic it shouldn't be, but I think that somehow you will claim that it is.
Well, the question becomes, when does cheating become cheating? What do you think?
I think that it becomes cheating when you physically do something with another person.
Got it. So like at the moment of penetration?
Yeah, or even touching with a sexual intention. Yeah.
Touching with a sexual intention. Okay. What if
I
you
think TikTok. Yeah. Yep.
what if you solicited nude images of another person?
If you send someone your pictures, or if you receive someone else's nude pictures.
Either one, but what I said is, what if you solicit nude pictures from
Okay.
somebody else? Would that be cheating?
That's a good question. If it's someone that you know, where it is a possibility that you might do something, yes. If it's someone that you don't know, and it's a picture that you find on the internet, no, I don't think it is.
Okay.
It all
So if
ties
you-
to the intention of doing something.
Got it. Why would the intention matter? Why would it matter who the subject is based on the intention? If the intention is, I want to solicit nude images, why does it matter if you know them or not?
Oh, so you're saying like you may know them, but you still have no intention of doing anything. I feel
No,
that even if
no.
you don't have
If the intention is to solicit nude photos from somebody, why does it matter if you know them or not, whether that would define it as cheating or not?
because when you know them, that brings in an element that you know them in real life, they're physically accessible to you, and it is potential that it is likely that you may actually do something. It is perceived as flirting, at the very least.
Got it.
Whereas, yeah,
Got it. So if you solicit nude images from somebody who you know in real life, that would be perceived as flirting and therefore cheating. However, if you go to some random porn site or OnlyFans or whatever and solicit nude photos from that person, you would say that's not flirting and therefore is not cheating?
depends on how you do it, because OnlyFans does include a service where they chat with you and they flirt with you. But if you don't directly speak to them and flirt with them. If you just get their pictures, no, I don't think that's flirting.
Got it. A lot of gymnastics going on here, man, to try to hold the line.
Well, I think you might disagree with me, and that's fair enough, but I think it makes a lot of sense, I think.
Got
Even
it.
if you
Okay.
disagree with it.
Yeah. So if your partner, let's just say there was a stranger, and she was asking this person to send pictures of their eggplant because she found it way more interesting than your eggplant, you'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Or would you say, ooh, that might be a problem? How would you feel about that?
My partner sent a picture of her eggplant to someone else.
No. Does your partner have an eggplant?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, English is my second language. I misunderstood what you mean by eggplant. Sorry. Okay, now I get you. Now I get you.
Okay.
If my partner received a picture of an eggplant. No, my partner doesn't have one.
No, if your partner went and solicited pictures of other people's eggplants because she found it more interesting than your eggplant, and she didn't know the people, how would you feel about that?
Again, the same applies as what applies to me. Like, if there's no element of flirting, there should be no issue. However, the difference is that in reality, my partner will not, because women and men don't operate in the same way. For women, sex is way more emotional. Whereas for men, for us men, not all men, but most men are able to completely separate sex from emotion. Whereas for women, it's way more difficult.
Okay, so how would you feel about if your partner went and solicited pictures of other people's eggplants because she found it more interesting than yours? Would you think that crosses a line and would be cheating?
If my partner was able to completely separate sex from emotion like I do, I wouldn't have an issue with it. However, in real life, because I know for a fact that she doesn't, she's not able to separate sex from emotion. If she did something like that, I would be very worried. Not because of the picture of the eggplant, but because I know that what that means if she does that. It probably means that she doesn't love me anymore, and there's issues in our relationship.
Got it. So if your partner were to go solicit pictures of somebody else's eggplant because she finds it more interesting than yours, that would raise cause for concern because it means she doesn't love you anymore. So here's the
Because of
question.
how she operates, yeah.
Got it. So why would that same standard not apply to you?
The same standard does apply to me. If I was emotional and unable to separate emotion from sex, then it would be also worrying for me if I looked at pictures, because if I did, that would mean that I don't love her anymore. However, I'm not like her. I am able to separate sex from emotion, and I am capable of looking at a picture without any emotional problems there being at all, while I absolutely love my partner and would die for her.
Got it. Okay. All right. So what do you think would be the most honoring thing to do for your partner? To only have eyes for her body, her heart, her soul, or to have eyes for her and several or dozens or hundreds of other women on the internet? What do you think would be most honoring towards your partner?
I think what's most honoring to my partner is for me to be honest and to be the best of myself. And the honest truth is that men, and I've seen many conservative men as well, I'm not a conservative myself, but I have respect for conservatives. But I have seen many friends of mine, whether progressives or conservative, married for 5 years, 10 years, 60 years, when they see a hot woman passing by with tight leggings, oh brother, they all look. They all look.
They may all look, but they don't all masturbate when they see that. You can't help the first look, but you can help the second look. And I'd ask the same
They
question.
give a
What would
second
be
look as well.
what would be most honoring to your partner if you see a woman in leggings? Maybe she's a beautiful woman, catches your eye. What would be most honoring? To just let that woman walk by, or to keep that in your brain so you can go masturbate to it later? What do you think would be most honoring?
In theory, it would be most honoring for her, for me to never have any desires at all. But that's not going to happen. I will
And
have
that's
desires.
I'm not saying you won't ever have desire. There are beautiful
And
people
it
out there.
depends on
That's true.
depends on how far you want to take it. If you want to take it a little bit further, you could say that looking at a girl that passes by with hot leggings, that also is cheating. And even if I go by your logic that you cannot have the first look, let's be honest, most men don't give one look. They give a second and a third as well. So you could say that that is cheating as well.
Yeah. What would be most honoring to your partner though? To dwell on that or not to?
Well, it would be most honorable to not have any desires or to not express them in any way, shape, or form. To
But that's not
completely hide
reality.
them.
That's not the planet we live on. We have desires. What would be
Exactly.
most honoring though? To let those desires run rampant or not to?
To completely hide them and not do anything about them, theoretically. But it's not going to work in real life. It doesn't. 40% of men cheat on their partners, and the rest of them, there's problems in relationship. There's many problems in relationships. So I'm not sure if that's realistic for most people, but for the 1 or 5% where that may work, sure. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you for the civil conversation.
All right. Take care. Where are you from, by the way?
I live in the UK, but I'm from Greece.
Okay. Cool. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. I'm going to take like one, maybe two more. And then I got to go to bed. Who's giving gifts? Is anybody giving a gift that wants to come on? Tanya? By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are dealing with unwanted sexual behavior such as porn or sex addiction, and women who are dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that ensues after a betrayal. If you're interested in coaching, I do groups, both for men dealing with porn addiction or women dealing with betrayal trauma. We meet on either Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoons, depending on where you are. And I also do one-on-one coaching, which is similar to therapy. I'm not a therapist. And you can get information on that in the link in my bio. Schedule a call with me, a 30-minute call for $1, or you can just join one of my groups. And it looks like Matthew Klopfenstein is not there. Do I have a platform on Instagram as well? Yes, I do. Follow me on Instagram and YouTube. The links are in my bio as well. My content is geared more towards TikTok, but that'll be changing soon because TikTok might not be a thing soon. Just followed and I'd love some advice. Okay, well, schedule a call or hop on the live. Get in line. Cheryl, no. Hey there, what's going on? Nope. Hey there, what's going on? Nope. If you want to get on faster, give me gifts so it catches my attention, and I'll bring you up faster. But other than that, I have this scrambled list of names in front of me that jumbles all over the place, so I can't even keep track of it. Hey there, what's going on?
What's going on?
Not much.
I do not think it's cheating.
You don't think it's cheating? Okay. Tell me more.
I think this is kind of a funny topic, talking from so many people, but I mean, my significant other, she knows I watch it, and I know she watches it too. I mean, it doesn't bother me, and she doesn't bother her that I do it.
How old are you?
I'm older. I'm in my 30s.
So old. You're so old. Okay. Are you married?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have kids?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So you watch porn, she watches porn, everybody watches porn. Doesn't bother you. Why is it, I'm just curious, why is it that you masturbate while watching strangers have sex?
It's entertaining. I like it.
It's entertaining. So for you to get entertainment, you go and masturbate while watching strangers have sex?
No, that is not my only source of entertainment. You can have more than one, two, or even three sources of entertainment.
NBC News here. Are you interested in an interview? Sure. It's probably a joke, but yeah, I'd love to be on NBC News. So you masturbate while watching strangers for entertainment. What is it about it that's entertaining for you?
I don't know. I'm attracted to women, so I like it.
You're attracted to
That's
women.
pretty
so,
much the start and end. Yeah, just no
Got
really
it.
else I could describe.
Okay. So you said you're married. What did you say to your woman on your wedding day? I'm sorry, your wife on your wedding day.
That I love her.
Her and only her?
Yeah, I don't love the people on video.
Why do you masturbate to them then?
Like I said, it's entertaining.
It's
I like
entertaining.
it, and there's that's why.
Got it. Okay. Do you think it's honoring of your spouse to masturbate while watching other people have sex?
Yeah, makes me appreciate her more.
You think it's honoring and it makes you appreciate your spouse more by masturbating while watching strangers have sex?
Yeah.
What about that makes you appreciate your wife more?
I don't got to use my hand all the time.
Got it. So your wife becomes a masturbatory aid for you when you're not watching porn.
Well, at that point, it's not called masturbatory.
The women in the chat will help you out with that one.
Yeah, I guess we just have different worldviews, honestly.
I'm just trying to figure out what yours is. You haven't asked me mine. But how long have you watched porn?
I don't know. Can't really give that. Never actually counted the years, that's for sure.
Because you're so old in your 30s?
I just never counted. I don't even remember when I started. It wasn't like
How old do you think? 8, 10, 12?
No, hell no. Maybe like 16.
Okay. Well, statistically, most boys are exposed to it by the age of 13. So you're a little
My
late
parents
there.
were strict with the computer.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. What do you think about when you masturbate to these other people?
What's on screen? That's what I'm thinking about.
Like having sex with them?
No, not necessarily. It's not like I put myself in the actor, their shoe.
Okay. How often do you watch porn?
That's something I don't keep count about. I don't know. Not every day.
A few times a week?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes less. Depends.
Got it. Okay. Is she there? Could we get her on?
She's not here right now. We don't, we're not together all the time.
Where do you live?
New York City.
Why aren't you together?
Her job. She She does a bit, not a lot of traveling, but she's
Yeah,
gone
she's
3
traveling
days,
for work.
sometimes, yeah, 2, 3 days out of the week.
Got it. Yeah, have you ever cheated on her physically?
No.
Got it. You want to?
No.
You ever fantasize about it?
No, maybe when I was a lot younger. But once I, fell in love with her, and I would never do that to her or myself. That would be devastating.
Got it. Do you think you'll always watch porn, like, even in
I
your
don't know.
old age?
I don't know. Maybe.
How would you feel if you walked in on your dad watching porn and masturbating?
I would walk right out.
Why?
That's not something I want to imagine. It's kind of his private business that I don't want to be involved in.
Got it. Are your parents married still?
Yeah.
Do you think you would tell your mom if you walked in on your dad masturbating, watching strangers have sex?
No, I would not tell her.
No.
Like I
You
said,
don't
if that happened, I would walk right out, close that door, and I wouldn't think of it or speak of it ever again.
You don't think your mom would deserve to know that?
No. Not from me.
Okay. All right. What do you do, man?
What do you mean?
Like,
For
what do you do
work?
for work? Yeah.
I'm a firefighter.
Oh, cool. They try to get you to go out to LA?
No.
No. Are you like New York, NYFD?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. A lot of firefighters are, what I want to say is, deep in porn.
Really?
Which, oh yeah, I know a lot of. I've worked with a lot of firefighters who, they're miserable. The firehouse is so crude, and they're all watching porn. They're all cheating on their wives. Not all of them, but many of them. They hide in the firehouse to go watch their porn at work, and even say it's like a getaway to not have to be with their wife, so they can just, do their thing, so to speak. But it's part of the culture, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that could be in almost any job. Police, military,
Yeah, certainly. A lot of first responders turn to things like pornography as an outlet to deal with what they see. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
No problem.
All right, take care. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh my god. I have so much.
Okay. Is porn cheating?
It's definitely cheating. It definitely is. It bugs me so much when I hear some of the stories on here. So I'm still in the same relationship, and I have noticed that it's gotten a lot better. I still check his phone, although I noticed a long time ago he would try to delete stuff, and I still find my way around. I can find stuff. I'm like a little detective, but like I've been told different stuff, like, oh, it'll hurt, and his mom would be like, it's not cheating, but it's the emotional aspect of it. Like, it still hurts. It feels like cheating. You're putting your attention into another person on screen. You're thinking of that person while you're masturbating or doing whatever, and you're not thinking of who you're with and what that might feel or do to them. And I think that people don't understand the emotional aspect of it, because it does hurt, and it might not be what you think is cheating, but emotionally it is.
Yeah. So are you still with it? Your boyfriend?
Yes, we were together. We got together when he wasn't with his baby mama at the time. He had a child with someone else, we've been together for years now. We had our own child, but I mean, even when I miscarried, we would have had 2 children, but I miscarried. And even while I was in the hospital miscarrying, he was in the bathroom masturbating. That was probably the lowest,
Yeah.
the worst thing it was a horrible time and I almost left, but it's gotten a lot better and he knows that. His mom talked to him and I feel like his mom having kind of the same issues that I have kind of helped him realize, I really need to figure it out. But yeah, we're still together, but it just I don't even look at his phone anymore because I don't want to know, but I don't know. But it's come to that point where I won't look because I don't know and I don't want to know and I'm scared. But it is literally the worst thing ever to know that he's lusting after somebody else when you're right there and he could just talk to you and do that stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. How long you guys been together?
About 4 years.
Does he think he has a problem?
I don't think so. Well, he's admitted once. It's different because he admitted that he used to be a heavy drug user and he's been clean for years and years. But I guess when he was a heavy drug user, he had issues with stuff like that and he would just, go online and watch porn for hours and do that stuff. And then he had a kid and he started getting clean and then he met me and then we had a kid ourselves. And he's gotten a lot better. He's come a long way and I can see that. I know he knows he had an issue, but I don't think he realized how much of an issue it is because even after the drug use, he couldn't seem to get off of that. And he knew how much it hurt me. He knew the fights we had, the times I just left because I was hurt. It does hurt.
Yeah, that's tough. So you
That's-
guys
that's
do
why
have a
he-
kid together?
Yes, and that's why he tried to hide it too because he knew it hurt me. He would delete it off of like his search history and stuff, but I knew ways to go around that and find it.
Yeah.
And he ended up knowing that I could still find it. So I don't even know if he found another way to hide it more, but I don't even touch his phone anymore because I don't think I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does he want to stop watching porn?
I honestly don't know. I can't even tell. I think he does, but I don't. If he did, he would have stopped the first time. I mean, he wouldn't have done it when I was sitting in a hospital bed, But that was 2 years ago. We've been together about 4 years now.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Sorry, Stevie Jobs, are you still there? Did you want to come on? I didn't. I just noticed that you gave a gift. I'm so curious why you don't know whether he wants to stop or not. It's like you're avoiding asking the question that you might get an answer to that you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really wrong. I won't lie. I think he does. I've noticed that he's been a lot different, but at the same time, we're not really intimate with each other at all like we used to be from the start. And even from the start, the search history I saw on his phone, it blew me away. Honestly, I've never seen that on a man's phone. And I mean, the first intimate kind of relationship I had, the same thing happened. And he was that, I don't know. It just hasn't been great with anyone. But
Well, what are you afraid of? I'm assuming there's some sort of fear there with not asking that question. But what are you afraid might happen if you were to just ask him, do you want to stop watching porn?
he's going to lie to me. And I know
He's
that.
gonna lie to you.
I know he's not going to be honest. And that's why I look at his phone. But at this point, I know he deletes stuff. And whether he's deleting it or not, I don't have a way to really know. I don't know.
Yeah. Has how did you know in the past that he was watching it?
So this is gonna get a little bit, and now everything's fine. Like, I'm even friends with his baby mama now. She has another kid. She's with someone. But there was a time when we were first together, and he told me they were not together, and she just had her kid. It was just an accident, and so we were kind of together, and he ended up cheating on me with her. And I kind of had the suspicions, and I was going through his phone, and I found out that yes, he cheated on me with her. And then a couple months later, I looked again, and I saw his search history. And he was into OnlyFans. He was into honestly the craziest porn videos I've honestly ever seen. But it was, I literally sent him to his mom, and I was like, "What is this?" But yeah, I just kind of went through his phone when he was sleeping because I had my suspicions, and I ended up coming across his porn and stuff that he was into. Not even looking for that, I just stumbled upon it, and then I started looking more after that because I already knew. And it happened for like a year after I already found it, and he kept trying to hide it, and I'd still find it. And I don't think he does it anymore. I think he knows that I know how to find it because I looked through everything.
Has he gotten helped? Has he gotten help for this?
No. He would tell me, "Oh, it's a normal thing. It hurts if you don't take care of it." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. Like, chill out." Like,
well, do you really believe that he's not using porn?
no, I 100% believe that he still does, and I don't bring it up, and I should, but I think that's the reason. Like, he asks me why I'm so, quote, unloving towards him, and it's not that I'm unloving, it's just that he's made me so insecure and uncomfortable in the relationship that I don't want to be. And I know that if he hid it for how long, it's not like he's just gonna stop at like the snap of my fingers. I'm not that stupid. I know he's still probably doing it. It's just, if he's gonna ask me why I'm so unloving,
Hello?
I'm sorry. He was, speaking of the devil, he was calling me right then, but I
let's get him on.
No. He's at work. He gets off at 3:30 a.m.
Oh gosh, what does he do?
He works at a warehouse.
Well, can I offer you something?
Sure.
What if you asked him, is there anything you're hiding from me?
Well, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've asked him that a couple times because, like, I get upset when he's repeatedly texting girls from work or something just because of my insecurities, and he's like, "Why are you so insecure?" Well, you caused this. I wasn't like this. It hasn't bad till now, like till him, but he asks
you caused it. You caused this.
Yes, and he asks me the same thing, like, Are you hiding something from me? Are you cheating on me every single day? And all that makes me think is, well, why are you asking me that constantly when all I am is at home taking care of the child? And that.
Why is he texting other women?
Are you hiding something?
You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Why is he texting other women? You're not there. He's calling again.
Okay. He thinks I'm cheating. If I don't answer, he thinks I'm cheating. See?
Just tell him to go on TikTok. He can join this conversation.
He doesn't own the app. He doesn't have the app. But he would tell me that it's just girls, like, just for work stuff, and I read the messages and I can see that. But I mean, one girl in particular I went to school with, and I know that she was the biggest, I don't want to say that on here, but
she would be one to be a homewrecker like that. And it's just stuff like that that he comes at me because I'll be texting a guy from work just as friends, just talking about work. Like I've been texting a guy from work trying to get back to my job because I left my job once I had my baby and I want to go back really, really bad. And I've been texting him waiting for openings and stuff. And he's getting mad at me wanting to block him. He's blocked so many of my friends from high school, but he can sit there and text girls from work and stuff. Like it's kind of the same thing. You like both have these insecurity issues, but he has no reason to be insecure because I've never cheated on him. I don't watch porn. I don't do any of that. I mean, he quite literally took my virginity and he knows that.
What conversation are you wanting to have with him?
Like one where we don't argue, because it always ends in an argument where one thinks the other is cheating. And I don't understand why every single day he's coming at me thinking I'm cheating when I'm just at home.
Do you think he's having a physical affair?
No, I think he's doing stuff online, which is what he did before.
So maybe redefine, what do we mean by cheating?
Porn. And I think that's cheating.
I got it, but he may not think that. So you got to get clear on these definitions with him. Say, look, okay, are you having a physical affair with another woman? And it sounds like you don't think he does. So, and if he says no, okay, fine. Then the next question is, are you using other women, whether it's porn or OnlyFans or whatever, are you using or lusting after women online or in any other capacity that isn't physical in person? That question is very different than arguing whether he's cheating or not. Again, I mean, you look at my prompt, it sounds like you followed me. If you want to say is porn cheating, we got to define what cheating is.
Yeah.
Right? And the addict is very good at being legalistic about terms. How do I know? Because I was one. Right? Many guys, I've talked to a lot of guys who have claimed that they're not watching porn just to find that they're watching thirst traps all day. It's like, okay, that's still porn. Right? It's like a smoker who quits smoking and they say they don't smoke, come to find that they're vaping. It's like, dude, you're still smoking. Right?
Yeah. And I saw this one comment from like Freya, says he isn't necessarily cheating, he could just be extremely insecure. That I agree with, because he has told me many times how insecure he is and stuff like that, but so am I. I still don't go online and get off to other strangers online, but I know he's insecure, but at the same time, I'm not, quote, cheating or physically cheating like he has once before. You know, like, I don't know how to get him away from that insecurity. Like, I feel like I should be making him feel less insecure, but
well, you got to get the truth.
Like I'm not enough then.
You can't really move forward until you have truth and common language to go forward. Otherwise, you guys are just going to be spinning in this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, I mean, look, bless your heart, you shouldn't have to be in this situation. You're trying to raise a baby, and he's accusing you of cheating where you have evidence where he's cheated before and looking at porn and doing all this other stuff, and that's so exhausting. The invitation here for you is to change the game. The game you've been playing isn't working. And I wish you didn't have to even be having this conversation. Yeah. But here's the thing is, conversations produce action. The same conversations produce the same action. New conversation produces new action. So what's the new conversation that needs to be had in order to hopefully get to a new outcome? And she's gone. She's probably talking to him right now.
So I'm here. Yes,
you?
I was. I
Okay.
was texting him back quick. I said, hold on.
Okay.
It's okay. He can wait. I do it all the time.
Yeah. So you got to have a new conversation with them, or else you're going to get the same outcome. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yes, it does. Just conversations with him never really. He's not really the conversation type of person. It always is a fight. It's always, well, you do this, you do that. You're just. He says I'm just being a bitch and mean all the time. Sorry.
Well, I read a great
Yeah.
quote. It said, people who don't know how to have a conversation think everything is a fight. So somebody
Yeah.
who can't reasonably, rationally, logically talk through something, they just turn everything into a fight. Now, I can also hold space and compassion. I have no idea what this guy's story is, how he grew up, what was modeled for him. Okay. So, whatever he's going through is valid. And what needs to change here? Because you're going to keep on spinning in this until the conversation changes. And you have tremendous amounts of power that you're sitting on where you can change the conversation. I wish you didn't have to do that. And you don't have to do that. But if you want a new outcome, you can be a way bigger contribution to that outcome than you have probably given yourself credit for up until this point.
Yeah. And I know I know his family, and I know he was raised very good, but I mean, there was a while he was outcasted, almost disowned from his family because of his drug use, and he overdosed a couple times. And I think that's kind of where he went south, just not really a good person. And then eventually, after having children, he kind of started becoming a better person, but he doesn't realize some of the stuff he does that actually hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, he realizes, but he doesn't realize enough to stop. That doesn't even make sense. He doesn't care enough to stop, honestly.
Well, you haven't given reason to. Somebody in the comments just said, do they feel comfortable continuing to do this because they know we won't leave? Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. People treat us the way we train them to treat us. Just put this back on yourself. Right? We're not excusing any other behavior of his. People treat us the way we train them to treat us. Every day that you're still there with him, or that a betrayed partner is still there with their partner who is not acknowledging it's a problem, not doing anything to move forward, and you're still standing for it, you're still tolerating it, he's going to keep doing it. Because you've trained him to believe there's no consequence for this. I can continue doing this, I can have my cake and I can eat it too. And here's the thing, this may be tough for you. Can I push you a little bit?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll make an assertion here. You don't have to agree with it, but you actually have what you want. You have what you want, which is the comfort of not having to stir the pot. To go about this way differently would be super uncomfortable. It would require things in you that you haven't used, emotions in you that you haven't had to tap into for a while.
Yeah.
You have what you want, which is some comfort in knowing what you know now, as opposed to the risk of the unknown of what might happen if I actually take a stand for myself in a new and different way.
Yeah. That comment you mentioned, it's so accurate, because there has been many times that we were in huge fights. I mean, I get really angry. I have issues too. I was adopted. I have, he's kind of one of the first people that I've really just felt comfortable with, but at the same time, he kind of ruined the self-esteem that he built at the same time, And I would leave and I always come back. That's one of the things. I always come back and I always give in. And I also saw another comment. I forget what it was. I think it was, have you asked how he'd feel if you were watching it? And I have. and he's against it. He doesn't want me doing that stuff. He'll block guys that I'm friends with on social media just because I've talked to them and he thinks they're flirting with me or interested in me, and he'll block them. But he can go ahead and do exactly what he's accusing me of.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, whatever path you take here is going to be hard. Okay. I don't know what's right for you. I don't know if you need to leave or go or continue the way you are now. But it sounds like you're wanting something to change.
Yes.
And in order for something to change, you have to change. Well, let me say that differently.
I don't have anyone other than him, and I have my child. So that's another thing, you know.
I got it. Yeah, that's very difficult, and I got mad sympathy for that, for being in that situation. But when you find your voice in this and actually take a stand against what he's up to, taking a stand for what you're wanting, I'm telling you, so much possibility can be unlocked for you. You're hoping that he's going to miraculously change, and he might. But maybe you can help be a catalyst for him to do that. Not that it's your responsibility, not that you should have to do that.
Well, I have one more question for you, and this is a little bit different. So, is it wrong of me to think about, so right before I met him, I was talking to someone else. I hung out with him a few times. That was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I still to this day cannot stop thinking of him. And there has been times that I've messaged him, not messaging him like flirting or anything, just like updating our lives, you know, like friendship wise, which he'd never understand. But I kept it hidden, but then we ended up just stopping talking, and he knew about it, and he had a huge problem with it. Is it wrong of me to still think about him and wish that I didn't end up with him and having a child with him instead of being with who I kind of wanted to be with in the first place? I feel like that's cheating, low-key. Like, I'm kind of wishing I was with someone else that I kind of wanted to be with, but he was too far away, and I ended up having a child with this person. And I love who I'm with. I love him more than anything. So much. I just, at the same time, I know the other person valued me 10 times more than the person I'm with does.
Yeah. Well, man, that's an interesting plot twist.
Yeah.
I would say one way to be honest with that, and the fact that your current partner knows that, you know, like, good job. And I would say, yeah, it's similar in nature, right? You're fantasizing after or lusting after some other possibility that could have been. I'm not going to decide for you if it's right or wrong. What I would just say is it's honest. But the question is if you let that thought or fantasy run rampant, it'll just create a division between you and your partner, you and your current partner.
That's why I removed him off of everything. We're blocked. We both blocked each other. I don't even know how to ever get in contact with him again.
Yeah.
I just.
Well, and I would question, do you really want that other guy, or are you just crying out for something else to be different, that it seems like things would have been happily ever after with that other guy, which I promise you they wouldn't have been. How do I know? Because anytime you get two human beings into a relationship, there is always conflict. 100% of the time. It's fascinating.
It breaks my heart too, because the last time he called me off of like star 69 or whatever that is, and I answered, and it was him and his friends, and he was crying on the phone saying I broke his heart because I was with the person I'm with now instead of him, and he was planning to move to where I was, and I didn't know that. I figured it wasn't going anywhere, and I just feel like I was in the wrong, you know? Like I was. And I feel like things could have been a lot different, but I don't also regret anything I've done because I have my beautiful little boy, and I love who I'm with. It's just he doesn't treat me the way I think the other person treated me.
Yeah, but again, you're playing with fire there. They could have been a lot better with that other guy. They also could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
And I
It's a
could
fantasy.
never honestly, at this point, I don't think I could ever be with someone else, which is another reason why I'm so scared to leave, because I'm probably the most insecure person ever. He was my first, and I don't want. I'm only 22 years old, and I've always been so insecure, and even when people would come at me like trying to do stuff, I would ghost them and go away. And the first person wasn't like that. The one I'm with, isn't like that. I mean, he took it really slow, and I don't think I could ever open myself up to someone else again. Not even who I was talking with before. I don't think I could ever open myself up again. He kind of ruined me.
Have you ever unpacked your childhood? You said you were adopted, right?
Yes, I was in therapy for a lot of years, and then I stopped. And when I was self-harming in middle school, I went back, and then I kind of took myself out because it never really did anything, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a lot of pieces to that, right? Just the way you're languaging, your attachment style, and your story. In my experience, right, adoption, divorce, foster care, like there's certain things that it's always there's stuff to work through, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you got a lot that you're working through here. But I would say what you're going through with your partner, yes, you're going through that with your partner, and it's obviously valid, and it feels, like this huge thing in your life, because it is. And there's a whole other story here of who are you? What are you wanting to stand for? What are you willing to risk in order to be vulnerable with him? There's a great quote, your resistance to even ask him the question, are you watching porn? That would be a vulnerable question to ask him. But here's a definition of vulnerability. It's being capable of being wounded. To use your words to let someone into the mess of your life requires courage. So it would require courage to let him into the mess of your life, which would be evidenced by asking that question, are you watching porn? And by asking that question, it opens up the possibility of you being wounded. That would be very vulnerable for you to do.
I know he lies. Even if he is, he's just going to be like, no.
Well, and then again,
I'll try
it's
to read
like,
his face. And
yeah, but so great. Okay, hey, I hear you. I hear that you're saying you don't watch porn. I'd like for you to take a lie detector test. Would you be willing to do that?
you know what he'd say? He'd do his sarcastic thing and be like, well, are you willing to take a paternity test? Because he'll take it on the fact that, oh, you cheated and this baby's not mine.
And say yes. Say, sure, I'll take a paternity
I
test.
will.
Yeah,
I tell him all the time,
if that's
I'll
what
take
you
one
want,
today.
no problem. Yeah. But again, will you take a lie detector test?
Yeah, I should.
So again, that's just an example, right? I've walked people through that, and it usually works. The truth comes out, right? But again, what needs to happen here is a new conversation. There needs to be honesty. There can't be a relationship, a true, intimate, vulnerable relationship, if it's not founded on honesty.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go to bed.
Me too.
Nice chatting with you. Yeah.
Me too.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing. And look, stand in your power, okay? You have so much power that you're sitting on.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to bed, people. Great being with you tonight. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. Also, go to link in my bio. Follow me on Instagram and YouTube, because we don't know what's going to happen come Sunday with TikTok. All signs are pointing to no more TikTok. Wah. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior and women dealing with betrayal trauma. I have groups. We meet on either Tuesday nights, or Wednesday afternoons, depending on where you are. It's $99 a month for an hour and 15-minute weekly Zoom call, and it's a great place to come together and heal in community, because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Cowboy Bunny Beep, 10 out of 10 recommend. Thank you. If you know, you know. So if you're interested in that, you want to join a group, you can DM me, schedule a discovery call with me, which is $1 for a 30-minute call. We'll chat about your situation. Maybe I can help out. Maybe I can point you to another resource. But I'd love to chat. Your life matters. Your life is important. And is your life really worth wasting trying to get somebody else to stop watching porn? Or is your life really worth wasting away masturbating while watching strangers have sex? I've been there. I watched porn for 20 years. It escalated into physical cheating with my wife. We're still married, same woman, for 13 years. Our marriage really sucked for a while, particularly the porn and cheating years. But now it's amazing, amazingly vulnerable. It's not all rainbows and unicorns all the time, but we work through things. We talk, we communicate. There are no secrets between us anymore. So there's hope. There's always hope for you. If there was hope for me, there's hope for you. So that's all I got tonight. We got tomorrow's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 more days of TikTok Live. I'll be so sad when it goes away, if it goes away. All right, make it a great day or not. Choice is always yours. Go to the link in my bio if you want help or not. I don't care. I do care because you're important. You're valuable. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.